Welcome to the 7 Steps video series. My name is Claude D. This video series serves as an accompaniment to the book 7 Steps, a book for empaths in a world full of narcissism. Check the link below for a copy of the book and hit the subscribe button for more videos. I hope you find these informative and that they provide a path to peace. This series highlights the 7 narc abuse tactics outlined in the book. This is the first. This is the silent treatment. The silent treatment is known as a psychological and emotional abuse tactic employed by narcissistic individuals or narcissists. Here, silence is used as a form of punishment or vengeance. Like many abuse tactics, it is designed to establish power or control in a relationship. All narc abuse tactics are designed to achieve what is called narcissistic supply, often defined as extreme praise or pity, which means that a narcissist gets a high from a feeling of winning or destroying their victim, and sometimes from appearing to be the victim to others. In the silent treatment, a narcissist will completely disengage contact in the hopes that the victim either keeps initiating contact or shows the pain they feel as a result of not being in contact with the narcissist. All of this feeds supply. A narc can achieve even more supply by disengaging contact with the victim, but then engaging further with others that the victim knows. Narcs do this to induce jealousy and sometimes to start a smear campaign on the victim. A narc may go as far as to employ others to verify that the victim is hurting as a result of not having contact with the narc. These people are often referred to as flying monkeys. It's important to also remember that narcs choose abuse tactics because they do not have the tools it takes to negotiate or to resolve conflict. Narcs do not get a high out of self-reflection. They do not get a high out of recognizing mistakes and growing from them. And since they are agenda-based, they do not look at other people as equals. Therefore, this carefully constructed silent treatment becomes the first line of defense against feelings and promptings that a narcissist is not comfortable with. Silent treatment abuse often happens in foundational relationships, parent and child, employer and employee, etc. A narcissist child or employee, for example, may not be able to just up and leave their job or their home, and so the silent treatment becomes a way to establish a sense of power where a narc may ultimately feel powerless or stuck. In other cases, when foundation does not come with the relationship, narcissists know how to start a relationship with tactics like grooming, isolation, and love bombing, so that the use of the silent treatment feels just as painful as it would coming from a family member or long-term relationship. If you think that someone is using the silent treatment on you, then I would invite you first to do what a narcissistic individual cannot do, and that's reflect. When you reflect, first and foremost, breathe and note how this feels inside your body. Are you able to have the reflection and maintain a calm? Does it bring you peace? Or does it make you anxious? Does the reflection pose a challenge to your breathing pattern? Now, if you can, step backwards from the situation by having a seat. Several seats. Keep breathing and consider the construct of the situation. Take the names out of it and reflect on the roles. Is this a parent or a child, a friend or a coworker? Silent treatments work best in constructs where a foundation has been built, because the more the victim feels like the narc is part of them or part of their world, the more the abuse tactic will hurt. And this is where it may empower you to remember that foundational relationships tend to see some level of conflict. It will require reflection, negotiation, and resolution. Very essential tools. Accepting this, if your reflection reminds you that introductions of conflict to this relationship have resulted in a silent treatment, then you may have to accept that this is all they have to work with. And now, notice that through this small change in perspective, this person is not exercising power over you. They are letting you know that they are limited when it comes to the tools that can resolve conflict. Having stepped back from the situation in a meditative state, you can notice yourself without having to take yourself so personally. Here's where you might notice if others have to employ these tactics with you in order to resolve conflict. Notice that simply reminding yourself that you have relationships where people have not had to employ this tactic in order to reach resolution with you is empowering. That's because abuse tactics like the silent treatment are designed to follow you wherever you go. The narc would like you to believe that their silence has cut you off from all relationships, and that everyone feels this way about you. And so, simply reminding yourself that you have relationships that do not drain your energy in this way can bring you back to an empowered state. You can also reflect on the individual by considering other times you've had conflict with them. Did they use the same tactic then? Did they go out of their way to speak to others during the abuse? Did they go out of their way to avoid eye contact with you? Was there ever a point of reflection after the abuse where the narc consciously owned their behavior? You see, narcs like to believe that you are so impressed by the genius of their tactic that you don't see how repetitive it is. Most narcissists choose the tactics they choose out of survival. They are not interested in being authentic. They simply have no other way to do what they are doing. And so it won't be difficult to notice this behavior if it's a pattern. Notice the reflection that I offer you does not require engagement with anyone else. Meditation is the path of internal answers. There are those that will tell you to respond to abuse tactics with more well thought out abuse tactics. But these just turn out to be efforts towards supply and will find you becoming just as calculating and vengeful as the narcissist. Plus, covert narcissists like to employ an abuse tactic, but deny it if you call it out for what it is. And so seeking resolution from them is difficult because it requires an owning of their behavior, and narcissists are not capable of that. Therefore, your reflection is key. Your ability to trust your gut and determine how things feel inside you first is key. Your ability to be authentic about what is bringing noise into your life will bring you closer to peace. Good day. Thank you for listening. If you found the content informative, Please let me know by clicking the thumbs up button. And you can hit the subscribe button to know when more videos are available. Check the description box below to get access to the book 7 Steps, a book for empaths in a world full of narcissism, as well as other resources. Once again, my name is Claude D.